It's a tough question for any parent to ponder. If you were told that your children had a rare genetic disease and only had months to live, what would you do? The true story of a New Jersey man faced with that diagnosis is the inspiration for the new movie Extraordinary Measures, produced by CBS Films. And CBS News correspondent Kelly Wallace is here with more. Good morning.
Good morning, Maggie. You know, the CROWLEYs of Princeton, New Jersey say they are just a regular family. But John CROWLEY, who is a businessman, not a scientist, helped develop the medicine that actually saved his children's lives. His is a story of a race against time that he was determined to win.
Look at me, I'm driving.
Megan CROWLEY was just 15 months old, her brother Patrick just a week old, when their parents were told they had a rare and fatal disease.
To hear that is, you know, I guess the worst news. I'm sure it's the worst news a parent can hear.
Doctors told John and AILEEN CROWLEY they'd be lucky if their children lived to see their second birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Their story is told in the new movie, Extraordinary Measures.
How much more time do we have?
Megan, maybe a year. Patrick, less.
Their children suffered from Pompe disease, a rare genetic form of muscular dystrophy that affects only a few thousand worldwide.
It affects skeletal muscle, so their strength, the diaphragm for breathing, and cardiac function, because the heart, of course, is a muscle.
3 times in 1 week, Megan almost died. But John says he saw the determination in his daughter's eyes.
That was that toughness, that determination, that feistiness, that she didn't want to quit. So we knew from that moment.
It's as raw today as it was, what, 10, 11 years ago, huh?
Yeah.
Told there was no treatment and frustrated at the slow pace of research, John quit his job at a drug company to start a small biotech firm with the goal of finding medicine to save his kids' lives.
So, AILEEN, what is your reaction when John tells you, I'm going to quit my job and I'm going to start a small biotech company?
John and I had talked about it, and I trusted John and knew that he would do the right thing.
Meanwhile, their children continued to defy the odds as John managed to raise more than $100 million for research.
It was literally building lists of who do you call and what do you do, and it was so great to see that, just the community come around it.
Science takes time, Jersey.
As depicted in the film, John's startup company played a role in developing a life-saving treatment. Megan and Patrick got their first dose in 2003. 12 weeks later, John told Megan the news he dreamed about.
I said, it means you're going to live to be an old lady. You know, she kind of looked at me and smiled and gave me a little thumbs up and just said, thank you. Excited to go back to school?
That was more than 10 years ago. Megan's now 13. Patrick's almost 12. And while the treatment stopped the progression of the disease, both children remain wheelchair-bound. Their older brother, John, who does not have the disease, is 15. All of them got a kick out of attending various screenings for the film and meeting the stars who played them.
This was the first moment that Megan met Meredith, the young girl who plays her. And it was just kind of like two friends meeting.
John's now working on the next generation of treatments for Pompe disease and the quest for a cure, which he believes will one day be found.
The movie is called Extraordinary Measures.
Yeah.
Do you consider yourself and what you have done extraordinary?
No, I think just ordinary. Ordinary with an awful lot of help from a lot of people.
And I think many other people, especially families with children with Pompe disease, would disagree. The CROWLEYs are clearly humble, and Maggie, they say they continue to be amazed at how tough their kids are, especially Megan. Get this, she was not happy when the medicine she got was clear instead of pink.
Oh, yeah.
She wanted it to be pink, and she said, Dad, any future medicines you develop must be pink. He said, okay, I'll work on that.
Yeah, that was a sweet scene in the movie. Also, I thought that I noticed John CROWLEY, the real one, in the scene in the movie. Did he have a cameo?
He had a cameo. He played one of the people in the conference room, one of the people that John CROWLEY, the character, and Harrison Ford, who played this doctor, were trying to get money from. But interestingly, Megan and Patrick and AILEEN CROWLEY were also in a scene that was on the cutting room floor. Megan was not pleased about that.
I bet she had plenty to say.
She did.
Kelly Wallace, thank you.
Sure thing.
Sweet.